Just when you thought the Lakers couldn't do it again, they go out there and they disappoint me and ruin my night. Can't believe it, man. I'm very upset, guys. I don't even want to yell, but I'm upset. All right, I almost lost my voice yelling at the TV screen. Lakers lose to these Dallas Mavericks, these crybaby Dallas Mavericks, 108-93. Luka Doncic got every freaking call, but that's not the reason why we lost. Yes, the Mavericks were allowed back into the game for two reasons. For the main reason was we played two separate halves. The first half we played excellent defense, got the ball out of Luka's hands, and we were playing the passing lanes exceptionally well. All right, we had AD back there like a safety, deflecting passes and everything. First half. Second half, we stopped trapping them against the baseline. We stopped trapping them against the out of bounds line. We stopped forcing them right. Left. We stopped doing the things that were helping us. We allowed them to go one-on-one. We allowed them to come off of when we did double team. We allowed them to make those easy passes. We weren't reading the floor right. We went into a zone defense that didn't even pay off because we were allowing people to be wide open. We didn't even know what section who was playing. We looked like a G League team defensively out there in the second half. And we deserved to get our ass whooped. Yes, even though the Zebras tonight were atrocious again. They were horrible. I threw up in my mouth watching that stupid officiating. Luka gets more calls than James Harden at this point, at least versus us. And it was ridiculous because, again, Markieff gets fouled. He complains. Technical. They don't even think about it twice. Yet Luka's over here cursing out the refs in his own language, and that's okay. Vogel got completely outcoached like an idiot tonight. Vogel pissed me off even more. Why? Drummond and AD were stretched out with the Maxi Kleber addition tonight. He didn't play the other night. And at some point, we had to put in either AD at the center and Markieff at the 4, or Drummond at the center and Markieff at the 4. That way, we can stop that stupid little silly screen and roll play that they were running. They killed us off of pick and rolls. And to top things off, we don't get to see Montrezl Harrell. We got to see Mark. I was happy for Mark. He had an excellent first half. Second half, the whole team played like crap, so I'm not going to single him out. But I'm still clamoring for Marc Gasol at the center and Harrell at the 4. That would have made a world of difference off the bench. And we don't get to see the 5th leading bench scorer in the NBA. Why? See, this is my problem with Frank Vogel sometimes. So unpredictable. I don't know what the heck he's doing out here, man. Like, I don't know. Kuzma still can't get it going, and we still settling for stupid 3-point jumpers when they didn't even have Porzingis, for God's sakes. Willie Cauley-Stein's going to keep us out the paint? A poor man's DeAndre is going to keep us out of the paint? Come on, man. This was an embarrassing loss, and I'm frustrated. I'm almost losing my voice, guys. I really can't yell much more anymore. But I'm pissed because check this out. Just to give you guys some perspective, let me get into the stats. All right? We shot 26% from beyond the arc, 12 for 45. 12 for 45. 45 shots came from beyond the arc, and we only hit 26%. In contrast, Dallas hit 13, one more shot than us, for 30. That's over. We shot 15 more threes and had one less three than them. Think about that. If it's not working, go inside. They don't have a true rim protector, to be honest. That's ridiculous, man. And again, they deserve to win the way we shot ourselves in the foot. So, usually I would complain about the refs because they were atrocious again tonight, but we didn't do anything in the half-court set defensively or offensively. We're force-feeding the ball to Anthony Davis. We're not running pick and rolls. Dennis Schroeder played good in spurts, but sometimes he has tunnel vision. We turn the ball over at the wrong times. We're shooting piss poor from beyond the arc, and we continue to settle. Listen to this. We had missed 3 straight three-pointers. Frank Vogel calls a timeout. What does he draw up out of the timeout? A three-pointer for not for Ben McLemore, who's been lights out. Not for Ben McLemore, but for Kyle Kuzma, who hasn't been playing well lately. All right, now he was a little better tonight, but still 14 points not going to cut it. I need a 20-piece from that kid. I've been clamoring for it. This is the 4th game in a row he's missing the mark. Not happy. But why does Frank Vogel keep drawing up threes when we clearly can run pick and rolls with our bigs and have them score in the paint, especially with Maxi Kleber patrolling in the paint? I just don't understand. The only one that played good tonight was Ben McLemore. And, of course, the Zebras got him out the game with 5 fouls. Come on, man. Come on, man. We lost 2 straight games and the tiebreaker to a team we should have destroyed. Really, they didn't even have Kristaps Porzingis, so we can't make excuses about the refs or nothing tonight. Tonight falls squarely on us. We played like crap. We played like the Clippers in the second round of the playoffs. That's what we played like tonight. So disappointed, guys. I'm disgusted. I'm glad that I have something to get my mind off of this. I'm gonna go watch that Mortal Kombat movie in a bit. So I'm happy I can take my mind off of this because this was an atrocity. But I'm very disappointed, and my night so far up to now has been ruined because this team is capable of so much better. Yet for some reason, I realize this though. This is one thing I know. Frank Vogel's a defensive-minded coach, yet he didn't make the proper defensive adjustments tonight. Again, they were stretching the floor with guys like Kleba and Dorian Finney-Smith, and we still played that lineup of AD and Drummond that was getting killed. Now, obviously, Drummond was making some really bad mistakes out there tonight that I hadn't seen all season long, or at least this early season with us. He was fronting way too high, allowing the screen and roll. We need to call him out on that. Coach needs to pull him out and show him some film, because that was bad. And not just that, but AD's still not back, obviously. People over here talking about his shot is trash. Like, shut up, guys. Obviously, he's just coming off of an injury. He did better tonight. I think he had like 14 points. We'll take it. But why are we running everything to Anthony Davis on isolation instead of setting screens, moving without the ball, and running actual half-court sets? One thing I'll say, Frank Vogel, defensive-minded, offensively in the half-court, he is trash. If we're not out in transition or we don't have individual players like LeBron or TAC creating for us or guys like that, we just basically we're staggered on one side of the floor and we don't even move the ball or the body sometimes. So LeBron masks up a lot of that, which is another reason why he should be MVP, because he makes us look like a fluid offensive running machine. Puts everybody in their place, gets them the ball in their spots, and when they're not firing, he takes over. Obviously, we want AD to do that. He's capable, but right now he's still not looking 100%, even though he claims he feels 100%. But I do like him shooting and being aggressive, even if he's missing, because he's knocking off the rust. Now, these last 2 losses, guys, puts us at a game and a half above the Mavericks. If we continue losing and they continue winning and they passes, they just won the tiebreaker, which means they'll get a top 4 seed over us. That's really bad news for the Lakers. However, if the Lakers really take this 3-game losing streak in stride and they say, you know what, we got to get better, and they come out focused and they start winning games, they get a nice little winning streak, which could happen. Then we should be able to get back on track. But still, man, this one hurts. This one really hurts. The last one hurt, and this one really hurts because they smacked us at the very end. We were tied into the fourth quarter. We shouldn't have been tied, but we like I said, the second half was garbage by us. We ended up losing by a lot, and it was just like we took the second half off. 108-93 when we were up by 17 at one point in this game. That's on coach. That's on the players. That's on everybody. Forget about the Zebras. But that was stupid, man. That was really stupid the way we just lost this game. And again, the turnovers continue to hurt us. Our lack of defensive reads, our communication was off. That should come with time, but man, today was atrocious. People were even telling me that they hate the duo of AD and Drummond. First of all, anybody saying that, relax. We need to give them some time to gel together, right? It's not going to work right away. This is why they needed time. But they do have to correct some things. For example, when teams, we got to do the same thing we did last year in the playoffs. And hopefully Frank Vogel adjusts at least in the playoffs. He hasn't done it in regular season. But in the playoffs, if they have guys that are stretching the floor and they're shooting lights out like Dorian Finney-Smith and Maxi Kleba, and then they have a big man in the paint, we need to match that. Meaning we need to get a guy who can guard the perimeter, right? That's not going to be flat-footed like Drummond and AD. And one center and one power forward that can move his feet. So I would have put Markieff there, even though he didn't have a great game. And I would have put either AD at center or Drummond. You can't have them both because they're going to get exploited and they're going to move the ball, stretch the floor, especially when we're trying to load up on Luka. Need somebody with quicker feet. So unfortunately, that was a downfall. Coach Frank Vogel never really made the adjustment, and it was all downhill from there. But again, it could be that Frank doesn't want to show his hand before the playoffs. I don't know. But bottom line is this was a bad, embarrassing loss. We were up by 17 at one point. I was very happy, and we should have executed that same game plan, and we should have continued to attack the rim because they really didn't have much rim protection, to be honest with you. But anyways, I think I got off everything I had to say off my chest. He said, DTLF Vogel has to go, please. And that's just the sad part, bro. You want him to go, but he just won a championship, which buys him like 3 to 4 more years. He's not going anywhere. So we just better hope that he gets with the program and starts correcting the half-court defense and starts matching up to the opposition. Because one thing Frank Vogel hasn't showed me is that he during the regular season that he's an on-the-fly coach. Sometimes it takes him a whole game to make an adjustment. Again, tonight he played Mark. I was happy about that. Mark was making some good passes, grabbing some good rebounds, doing his stuff. But he didn't play Trez. Trez is still an important part of this team. Just because I say I wanted Mark to play didn't mean I didn't want Trez to play. That's where people got it twisted. People telling me that I should never call for Mark to play again. That wasn't the problem. The problem is that Montrezl Harrell didn't play, guys. That's the problem. It's like you can't have one and then not the other. I'm telling you, one at the center, one at the power forward. Trez is a workhorse, but he's not a center. He would have got exploited tonight as well. And it's just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Thoughts on the Lakers going to the play-in tournament? We're still far away from that. Now, if the Lakers keep losing like this, yes, that's probably what's going to happen. And it would suck because we don't want to put all that pressure on LeBron James when he comes back, right, to have to help carry this team who is struggling offensively, fresh off an injury, right? So that's unfortunate. But I still believe in this team. I'm not going to hit the panic button, but we do have to get it together. I'm not going to be too hard on AD because, again, yeah, he's shooting bad, but he still looks flat-footed on those shots. Some of them barely even touched the rim. Some of them didn't even touch the rim. He shot a couple of air balls on turnaround jump shots. That tells me his legs are still not there. He's still not in game shape or whatever the case may be. He's not at 100 yet. So I still have hope that he'll get it together over the next couple of games, and then we should add LeBron hopefully by next week, and that'll definitely help the cause. But look, positives in this game, there were some. Ben McLemore shooting lights out was a sight for sore eyes because we need shooters like that, especially when Braun comes back, so they can help stretch the floor. Imagine if KCP and him are both on, it's a wrap because that's two options for LeBron and AD to kick out when they get double teamed. But again, look, a horrible game, guys. We can't make excuses. We have to adapt to the Luka type players. Imagine we get to the finals and James Harden starts torching us off the pick and roll because we're not doing the right things. That is a little bit concerning if you think about it. Not saying they're going to be there at all, but I'm saying if they are, we have to learn how to guard these Luka types. We did it versus James before. We got to keep doing the same thing. I mentioned this in the last recap when we played the Mavericks the last time. So I was glad they did something about it. In the first half, we held them to like 7 points. And then second half, we just allowed him to do whatever he wanted. So tale of two halves, and I think they have plenty of film to show to the players like this is what you should play like and this is what you shouldn't. The tale of two halves. Jose says, Dan, I've been saying old habits die hard since the start of the season. This team would have an amazing quarter, then go ice cold. If we don't fix it soon, it'll bite us at the worst times. I agree with that, and I was saying the same thing, bro, to start the season. We came in here. And there's two Dennis Schroeders. There's two versions of it. One plays really hard and hustles, and for the most part, we got that version of it. But the other version is very lackadaisical, very lazy. Even when he steps into jump shots, it's like he doesn't want to do it or something. I don't know. And I don't like that version of him. So there's two versions, and there's that. Kuz hasn't been the same for some reason ever since he had that calf injury. He had like 1 or 2 good games, and then he hasn't been the same. We need more Kuz. And this is what I fear with Kuz. The more depth that we have on the roster, the more he seems to kind of like fade into the background. We need that rebounding, hustling, defending, three-point shooting, clutch Kuz. It's time for me to be hard on him because it's been 4 games. We can't have this happen again. He needs to come out here, hit us with a 20 piece, especially with no LeBron. When LeBron comes back, he takes away a lot of the load. But when LeBron is out, we at least need a 20 piece with some good defense and rebounding from Kuz. And then not just that, not just Kuz, but, Wesley Matthews sometimes shouldn't even get playing time because he can't hit anything. And again, I don't understand the decision to not play Trez. Yes, Trez was getting exposed, but that's at the center position. And obviously, Mark is going to do better than him at the center position defensively, but you can still use Trez for hustle at the power forward position. I don't understand this new age concept that you got to put a 6'7" guy at the center position like that. We're going to get exploited when other teams use their 7-footers off the pick and roll properly, So how do we have McLemore cooking and our coach completely ignore putting him in? Yeah, I don't get this minute restriction stuff that coach does sometimes. That's very frustrating right there. When they minute restrict the player who's hot, ride him all the way to the dusk of dawn. You got to make sure you ride the hot hand. What are you doing benching him when he just hit 4 3 straight threes in a row? Like, you can break the rotations for a hot hand, can't you? Come on, man. He said, we didn't play with passion and intensity. Movement without the ball is trash, and we got rebounded 36-51. Imagine having Anthony Davis and having Drummond, and you get a rebounding 35-51. That's not acceptable. And I agree, the lack of passion was there. I don't know. And then I didn't like how we allowed them to get under our skin. Like, just keep playing basketball. Drummond putting up his fist. We don't need that, Drummond. Come on, bro. You're better than that. I'm a fan, but he needs to play smarter than tonight. Tonight wasn't his best showing. You guys know I'm not about points. I'm about everything else. Rebounding-wise, he had a good game. Defensively, not so much. And we need him to defend better, a lot better, because he is a force. But again, that falls on coach for the mismatch. He allowed him to get exploited by stretch bigs, and then we were scrambling and guys were wide open for three. Can't have that. You have to be a situational coach and make the proper adjustments in time. If not, this is what's going to happen. They're going to stretch us out and kill us. And then Luka, again, he did an excellent job of picking us apart off the pick and roll. So stressful and disappointing. I'm glad I get to go watch a movie right now to get my mind off of this BS, man, because if not, I'd be upset all night long. He said, Bron is the quick fix. That's for sure. When LeBron comes back, when he gets healthy, he puts us in our half court sets, and he does that's what allows Frank Vogel to kind of, not get exposed so much offensively. Defensively, he's all right. Offensively, he's not a good coach. We saw it with all the injuries. Sometimes we wouldn't have a half-court offense at all. So kudos to the team for having stepped out with the injuries, but now we have to rework Anthony Davis into the offense. I'd like to see more pick and rolls between him and Schroeder. I'd like to see a lot more off-ball movement from AD because he's very quick on his feet, and I'd like to see a lot more different types of sets ran in the half-court for not just him, but for different players. Sometimes we're just caught standing around ISO ball, and you force one player. You don't even move you don't shift the defense. They're going to have a lot of energy on the offensive end if you're not making a move on the defensive end. So coaches do a lot better job of using his pawns properly and running some decent half-court offensive sets. If not, we're going to be standing around, shot clock winding down. Everybody still has the energy on the defensive end because it's just one player going one-on-one, and the help side is going to come, and nothing's going to happen, right? Now they're out in transition, getting easy layups. We're huffing and puffing, and it's not good. Clement, he said, Markieff hasn't been the same since he retweeted the missing Vivian tweet. Oh, my God. Let's not give this chick any more, or not even this chick. Let's not give that account any more attention, man, at all. I feel like that account has been coming here on my channel trying to troll me a couple of times. I think I read a couple of its comments. So that person, whoever that is sick. They don't have a life, and let's not give them a life. Let's not mention that name here. I'm done with that whole topic. It was just a waste of time. But Markieff hasn't been the same since he got to the bench. We need Markieff to stay aggressive even on the bench like he did last year in the playoffs. My hope is all these guys will ramp it up when we get to the playoffs like KCP has this last couple of weeks. He said, Trez is really mad at coach. He's fuming. He should be because he's too good to be sitting there rotting away on the bench. Come on, unless he was injured and we don't know about it. But other than that, man, not a single minute. Really, coach? You couldn't find a minute for Trez, but you could find a minute for Wesley? You couldn't mind like that's ridiculous. What is wrong with coach? He said, why do you think about our depth on offense and defense? Wait, what? Oh, what do you think about our depth? Our depth is good. We just don't run plays on the half-court set without LeBron for some reason. And we're only good out in transition. When we play defense, we get out in transition. That's when we're getting buckets. But, we rely too much on one-on-one ball. That's a problem. What I'm saying? Like, everybody else is playing team. The way Luka was using his teammates off the pick and roll, pick and pop. Why can't we run some sets like that and have some off-ball movement? I don't understand it. What's going on? Jason Kidd needs to get more involved or something because that is really frustrating. Like, that pisses the crap out of me, bro. Vincent, appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. He said, Lakers lost his energy at the moment. Caruso fouled Brunson at the last second in the first half. We were up by 17 points at the time. Yeah, you're right. That was a stupid foul. And the Lakers have been making plays like that. Kuzma also fouled somebody from beyond the arc. We gotta be better than that. We gotta minimize those stupid mistakes. That takes momentum away. Like my boy said, Vincent. Absolutely. I agree with that. So here we go. Here we go with the attacking Anthony Davis. See, this is where I get upset at Laker fans. Don't make me mad, Laker fans. Come on. He said Hoodie Walker said AD is soft, has always been soft. No, AD is a champion. He hasn't been soft. AD's just coming off an injury. If you can't process that, if you can't, take a mental picture and realize, hey, this man has been injured, he's trying to get back in it, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. But seriously, soft is not the word for Anthony Davis. I remember they used to call Pau Gasol soft, and he also turned into a champion. So, no, we don't call champions. Champions aren't soft, especially the ones that hit game winners in the playoffs. That's not soft. I've never seen a soft player hit a game winner in the playoffs. So let's just put that fair weather fandom to bed and just take our L's like men. Let's not sit here crying about this loss and try to point the finger and say it's AD. He's injured, clearly. Like, come on, guys. Seeding does not matter. We need Powell. He said, hopefully Trez is just resting because he did well with bringing energy in the paint. He's been great for us all year. He has a bit of an offensive slump, but that's okay. He helped us hold the ship afloat while everybody was out with injuries. So let's give these players some benefit of the doubt. Let's not be so hard. We lost this game. Hats off to the referees. They allowed this to happen. They basically blew the whistle to oblivion, to no avail, up until they got back in the game. And from there on out, we just dropped the ball. So starting fourth quarter, the referees got uninvolved, and that was all the Mavs right there. Dan, why didn't Frank play Trez? That's a question I'm going to be asking all night and all day tomorrow up until the next game. I'm going to be just kicking myself in the head just thinking about that. Why didn't he play a potential difference maker? That makes zero sense unless he was injured, which I haven't heard about. Sabotage, he said, Vogel needs to go to timeout, take a few games off. If that could happen, huh? We just, you know what, man? That was a bad loss, no matter how you slice it up. That was just a bad loss. And that was on us, really, because fourth quarter, it was tied. So we can't even blame the officials. But fourth quarter was tied. From that moment on, Lakers had to strap down and play smart basketball. What did we do? We come out here, jack up a three, brick, jack up another three, brick. Hey, how about another one, brick? How about we call a timeout to jack up another three, brick? Like, it literally took a THT dunk to break the spell. Like, it took our second-year player to break the dry spell, and then another dunk by Dennis. And then for some reason, we forget the formulas. Like, okay, you're getting to the rim and you're finishing. Keep that up. Keep putting pressure on the defense. Nope. How about some more threes? How about some more bricks? To the tune of 12 for 45. Ridiculous, man. Listen, if you're 12 for 30, right, that's not so bad. But if you're 12 for 45, at some point when you got to like 35, 12 for 35, you should have stopped shooting threes. So, okay, it's not our night from beyond the arc. Let's attack the rim, maybe mix it up, shoot a couple of mid-range shots. How about that? Nope. How about some more threes, ladies and gentlemen? How about some more bricks? We're building the house over here. Ridiculous, man. Omar, he said, I heard that the Lakers are trying to extend that clueless trash coach. Please say it ain't so. Man, I'll tell you about it when I hear about it. But for now, I'm not worried about coach. The players have to do better as well, because coach can do so much with the rotations, but the players at the end of the day are the ones that have to play. If you don't have a jump shot going, man, like this is what drives me nuts about Kuz. He has a nice little driving game. He did a little left-hander floater in the lane there to end the game. Like, why weren't you doing that earlier? Stop settling, man. AD has to stop shooting long jumpers. He's just trying to get his rhythm back, Marvin. I get you. He's off. And maybe you're right. Maybe more towards the end of the game, I would like him more in the paint because he was effective in the paint. That little drop step, turnaround, jump shot in the paint was nice. So in spurts, he looks like his old self. But then you're right. The jumper does look a little bit flat. However, coach ain't drawing nothing up. He's just basically putting combinations out there and just seeing what happens. You can't have that. Coach needs to, like, I was so upset, man. I almost broke my TV when we missed 3 straight threes. We go down by like 2, and then coach calls the timeout. First play off the timeout is a Kuzma off the screen 3. I'm like, really? That's what you drew up, genius? We just missed all the threes. Stop shooting threes. It shouldn't be that hard to read the room, It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. He says, sometimes I wonder if the Lakers would have kept Julius Randle, Ingram, Hart. No, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. None of those players are winning a championship, so let's not concern ourselves with the past. All right. We already won a championship, so that trade was already worth it. That ship has sailed. This is a new problem for a new year. Let's not be one of those weird fans that goes back and says, we would have won championships with that team. Because we don't know. Maybe those players don't develop. Again, Luke Walton was trash as a development coach. Maybe it was best for both parties to trade them away. We ended up with a championship. They ended up developing, happily ever after, good ending. That's it. Enough is enough with the whole young core. We're not hanging on to that anymore. Now, if you want to keep trashing Luke Walton, you're welcome to. He still shouldn't be in the NBA, but he is his dad's son. He's the son of an NBA legend. I think that's, oh my God, if that ain't privilege, I don't know what is. So we need to make sure that the right people like Mark Jackson get NBA offers and not the wrong people like Luke Walton, aka junior varsity head coach in the NBA. Like, stop it. He said Drummond had bad body language tonight. Yeah, I felt like he allowed these guys jumping over his back and the zebras not calling it to get under his skin. You can't do that. You got to be tougher than that because in the playoffs, a lot of calls are going to be let go. And I can't look. I'm looking forward to that because a lot of these flopping players like Luka and James Harden, they don't get the same calls in the playoffs. So he said, Dan, my friend says Drummond is not an offensive threat. He can be, but we need to run him in pick and rolls. We need to use him the same way Luka was using Dwight Powell and Willie Cauley-Stein, off of screen and rolls, off the ball, have him cut to the basket. I will say this. I don't know if he's not in shape or something because he does miss a lot of dunks. Like, what's going on with that? Like, when they do hit him on pick and roll, sometimes the ball rims out. Like, I didn't expect that. Those are plays he needs to finish. But other than that, look, I'm going to say this. Defensively is where he's going to make his mark. Rebounding, he's great. Whatever he gives us on offense, and I'm sure LeBron will use him better. That's a bonus. But I'm not worried about that, guys. That's not why we lost. We lost because we weren't running any half-court sets at all offensively in the second half, and defensively we got picked apart. It's that simple. We never made the adjustments, and when Frank, for some reason, went to some weird zone defense, I don't even think the players were aware because they were allowing Luka and JJ Redick to knock down threes. I'm like, what? Why would you do that? He said, McKinney. Yeah, McKinney hasn't even played. That's ridiculous. Why aren't we playing Alfonso McKinney, who was playing good basketball? Again, that's on coach. These rotations are always suspect. Why is Wesley Matthews getting more minutes than Alfonso, who's actually knocking down threes and playing good defense and has better length than him? I don't know, man. I don't know if there's favoritism or what. What's going on? Like, coach is so inconsistent during the regular season. Luckily, last year in the playoffs, he got his you-know-what together, and he made the right decisions, like benching Dwight and JaVale for one series, where that way we don't get stretched out and destroyed from beyond the arc, and then bringing him back for the next series so he could bully Jokic. So hopefully he does the same thing in the playoffs because we got Markieff for that reason. When they want to go small, we can go small with Markieff. Move Anthony Davis up to the center, put Markieff at the 4 with LeBron at the 3, and that's going to be a problem for small ball teams. We can match up. So hopefully we save that for the playoffs at least. But other than that, man, this is just a bad loss, guys. There's no way to cut it. No way to sugarcoat it. Really bad loss. These last two games. These last two games. He said, my question is, can AD be an alpha on a championship team? I have my doubts. Well, of course you're going to have your doubts. You're very fair weather. You forget he's coming off an injury. So this is a very convenient time for you to drop this type of comment. But it also shows the type of fan you are. I feel sorry for your girlfriend, man. She's probably going to, if you're going to turn around when she's pregnant and, I have my doubts about my girl looking sexy now because she's pregnant and you're not going to be by her side. You're going to try to get another girl or what? That's the type of person you seem to be to me. If you have your doubts about Anthony Davis when he's coming off an injury, stop it. It's better just to keep it closed, MJ. Seriously, because you guys are really pissing me off. This guy clearly, his second game back, and you guys are already really criticizing him like this. And by the way, he looked better this game than he did last game, which is all we can expect from somebody who came off of major injury that kept him out for months. I just don't get that. I don't get that fair weatherness, and you can go to the Clippers for that. You want to be a fair weather fan? Go to some other team that, that likes those type of fans. Maybe they'll buy you a backpack and a coloring book, and you'll be sold on that team. How about that? He said, I disagree. He looked better last game. Well, I mean, let's agree to disagree. We don't have to agree on everything. That's your opinion only. I'm sure nobody else agrees with you on that, though. I don't see how he looked better last game when he went 1 for 9. At least he had 14 points this game. At least. I've always had my doubts ever since he was in New Orleans. Jeez, where were you when he knocked down that 3-point shot to win the game at Denver in the playoffs? Did you have your doubts then? How about? I don't know. 1-9 is better than 5 for 19. I don't know about that. If you look at the percentages, no, it's not. It's definitely not. That means he shot 20%, and over here it means he shot 30%. Dennis was not aggressive tonight. Dennis is the type of player that you just never know what you're going to get from him. He's like a wonder ball. You guys remember that? Or am I too old? He's like a wonder ball. You never knew what was inside of it. So Dennis Schroeder is just, he's not a $25 million player. He's lucky if he gets 18 at this point. But I do like the way he's been playing lately, and I'm not going to trash him because he's been playing a lot better. But the body language on some plays, I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, for example, he got tripped up. He still had the ball. And, like, bro, they're not going to give you the call, so try to save it. Call a timeout. Do something smart. Bro is just going to let his elbow touch the out-of-bounds line and just complain about it. It's like, oh, come on, man. At least save the possession. If you didn't get the call, complain about it later, but be in the moment. That's all. He said, what happens to Caruso? Last year he was getting praise. Well, you know what? A lot of players haven't been the same since going down with injury. Caruso went down with an injury, a concussion. He was playing great before that, and for some reason he hasn't got his groove back. Same thing with Kuz. He went down with a leg injury. Ever since he came back, he hasn't been the same. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully they turn it around before these playoffs. That's for sure. Look, I'm not going to panic, guys. I'm upset. I'm very upset because we lost a winnable game. But some of you guys are downright just disrespectful, man, talking about Anthony Davis after his second game back, talking about Caruso because he's not having a good game, talking about we're not going to repeat. It's like, bro, keep that same energy when we're holding up the trophy. I don't want to hear, I always knew we can do it. Because y'all be the same mother suckers out here like, I always knew we could win it, guys. Yeah, I've been a day one. I don't want to hear that BS. Keep that same negative energy. We lost today. We taking that like a champ. We're not going to make excuses about it, but we're going to get better. Obviously, we have the depth. Our best player is still missing, guys. So if y'all want to, sell stock now, there's plenty of buyers. But I don't want to hear none of that, AD's not an alpha because he's coming off an injury. Really? Like, come on, y'all. That's disappointing. I think that's the most disappointing part about some of you fans is that y'all just flip-flop. One day is negativity, the next day is positivity. Keep the same energy, man. Appreciate your Twitch and Ash. He said Luka is special. He can do anything offensively. He is. But I will say this, man. My only complaint about Luka, and I don't hate him. He's one of my favorite young players. I hate how much he cries, though. He cries a lot. It's like every play he's crying, and he gets away with it too. Maybe because he's nice to the female officials. I don't know, but he gets away with it, man. He gets away with that crying stuff, and that does get annoying. That's the only negative thing I got to say about Luka Doncic. But other than that, he's super skilled, floor general. Reminds me a lot of Steve Nash, the way he runs the offense. He can hit some crazy shots, obviously, and he daggered us today from beyond the arc. He said, they're not true fans, Dan. That's what I'm saying, and I'm trying to exploit them because they're out here saying nonsensical stuff as if the season ended. Last I checked. Look, let history teach you a lesson, guys. Everybody giving up on the team right now, I got to say one thing to you guys, all right? Y'all giving up on the team right now when we're vulnerable, we're coming off of injuries, and we're not even fully healthy yet. Last year, when we went into the bubble, we lost like 5 out of the 8 games that we played going into the playoffs. Luckily, we already had a good record, and we secured the first seed, but we lost like 5 out of the 8 games, and people were saying we didn't look like championship contenders. I said, all right, we'll see. People saying we couldn't shoot, we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. As soon as the playoffs started, superstars turned up. Anthony Davis dominated. LeBron James dominated. Role players dominated. So just chill out. Let us get healthy. We're going to have ugly games like this. We shouldn't, but we did. Deal with it. Go watch a movie. Go take your mind off of things. Cool yourself out. Hit the showers. Do something because y'all just acting up right now. And at the end of the day, come back and talk to me when we're in the playoffs. That's when it really matters. That's when we can get really critical with these players. I guarantee you Anthony Davis won't look like this in the playoffs. If he's healthy, he's going to be just fine. And ain't nobody going to be talking about he's not an alpha. Last year, the energy was best big man in the league. That's still my energy. I haven't forgot. I don't have short-term memory loss, you know. But if you guys want to be like that, go for it. You know, I lose a lot of respect for people that just flippy floppy. Y'all sound like Flipper fans. You know, most Clipper fans right now, they're not sure if they're Brooklyn Nets fans or Clipper fans. I haven't seen some Twitter pages that have both of the teams on there. Some have Kings and Clippers. Some weirdos out there. I don't get it. But you get no respect from me if you flip-flopping, man. Because I hate Luka on 2K. Hold up. My boy said, I hate Luka on 2K and on the court. A lot of people don't like Luka. I don't know why. But yeah, the crying is annoying. I will say that. That's about the only thing that annoys me about this game. He doesn't flop as much as James, so that's good. But he does flop sometimes, but not as much as James Harden. I'll say that. I do respect his skill set, though. He's freaking good. Like, he killed us, man. There's nothing we could say. The passes he was making off of double teams, even with a 7-footer in your face, he's looking for the right angles. Those are hard to do. Any hooper knows passes like that, and still being under control after getting hard double teams is really hard to do. It takes a special type of player to still be able to control the game like that. Even James Harden struggled when he got hard doubles from the Lakers last year. So we'll see. And the only time I root for Luka is when he's not playing for my Lakers, though. And especially when he's playing the Clippers, that is a sight for sore eyes because he'd be killing those Clippers. So that's the reason I became a fan of Luka, really. And I just hope that I hope they see him in the first round. That'd be fun to watch. I'm telling you, Luka takes it to the Clippers every time. Luka is really similar to Harden. You're right, though. He doesn't flop nearly as much. That's the best part, bro. Gio, what's up, my boy? Yeah, that's the best part, man. The best part is he doesn't flop nearly as much, but the crying gets under my skin. Like, bro, I don't like players that cry. I don't even like it when Laker players cry. I'd be like, get back in the game. Stop crying. I just criticized Shooter for diving on the floor and allowing his elbow to go out of bounds instead of calling a timeout or trying to pass it to a teammate. So I don't like crybabies. So just keep your head in the game, play hard. Jeremy Slay said, win or lose, real Laker fans here with you. Respect your work, bro. Laker fans for life. I appreciate you, bro. You're the type of Laker fan I love. The passionate ones. Yeah, it hurts to lose, but guess what? We're champions, and we're taking this L like champs. You know, we're not making excuses. We could have easily blamed the Zebras and said it was all their fault, but the Lakers really self-destructed there, especially in the fourth quarter. So it's just one game, guys. We live to fight another one. Last I checked, we still in the 5th seed. Barely hanging on, but we're there, and anything's possible. Imagine the Lakers going on a nice little 6-7 game win streak to close out the season. Then we get LeBron back. Anything can happen. Believe. You got to believe, man. My boy Omar said, exactly, bro. These fans be like girls. Bro, just confusing. I don't know why, man. I don't know why they start trying to point the finger and blame it. Like, at some point, you have to learn how to take accountability in life, right? When Kuzma has a bad game, people call me a Kuzma fanboy because I defended him when he's playing good. But when he's playing like ass, I call him out. It ain't the only thing I care about is the name in front of the jersey. All right. Now, I do like certain players, but that don't mean that I'm a fanboy. I hold everybody equally accountable. All right. So if Kuzma continues to lay an egg, you better believe I'm going to trash him. I'm going to start calling him Amber Rose and all kinds of stuff. And I love Kuz, but I'm just saying, man, we don't need to turn on our players. Just we got to be patient. But yeah, I do call out the players that get me upset. But that's just me being a fan. Now, am I going to turn around and say, oh, Kuzma should get traded? Oh, Kuzma's trash. Oh, he's garbage. Nah, I'm not going to say that about my player. He's a Laker. All right? So we're gonna respect our Lakers as long as they're Lakers. Am I going to go on his Twitter and say, don't give Kyle Kuzma a ring? Nah, man. That's stupid. Don't be stupid. You know, get an education, read books. You know, don't be stupid. You know, do something useful with your life. He said, hey, Dan, tough loss. Can't sugarcoat it. But you're right. History repeats itself. We will be fine. Bron is coming back to restore order. Back-to-back champs. Yes, sir. That's the type of energy we need to be on right there, man. Taking our L's like champs. You know, everybody has to get better. The coaching has to get better. Rotations have to get better. The defensive assignments and communications need to get better. The offensive schemes in the half-court set need to get better. Our players need to get more consistent. But it's going to happen. Just give them time. Give them time. Twitch and Ash, appreciate you. He said, people keep trying to say Luka complains a lot, but they don't see how he gets slapped, smacked, hacked his arm every night, have cuts, scars, and gashes. It's a part of the game, brother. Unfortunately, LeBron gets slapped like crazy. You know, LeBron gets slapped more than the hoes in the corner of Rosecrans and Wilmington. Like, yo, LeBron. If LeBron don't get smacked, the only reason he don't get the calls is he's too strong. But that don't mean he doesn't get smacked, man. LeBron always gets smacked, and he doesn't get the calls. But again, every player complains, but if it's every play, man, if it's every play, it gets really annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like every play when somebody's at the free throw line, I look at Luka, he's out here complaining and yelling and stuff. I'm like, bruh, you're a great player. Just stick to the script. Just keep playing. It's okay to complain once in a while, especially if the call is blatant. Okay, but come on, man, come on. But look, it's respect to Luka, man. I got no hate for Luka. He's very skilled. He's a very, very skilled player, and I root for him when he's not playing my Lakers. Just know that. It ain't about respect. It ain't about disrespecting him. He said, yo, Dan, I do the same as some of the Mavs players too, but the next game, they respond. He said, Dan, you're making me laugh when you clown the ops. I got to do what I got to do, man. They get under my skin sometimes with some of these comments. I really didn't understand why they hating on guys like AD who obviously are clutch. We see it in the playoffs when it matters. Like, take that energy to Paul George. He's the brick city champ over there. Young Elder said, time for Jason Kidd to take over the coaching job. Man, I honestly, I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know. My thing is just, I don't hate Frank Vogel, but he puzzles me with his rotation. That's the only negative thing I got to say about him. But he did help deliver a championship here. Do I want his job or his head on a stick? No. But do I want him to get better? Yes. Now, if Frank Vogel cost us a trip to the finals or anything, or we prematurely exit the playoffs, now you got to start questioning, because we clearly have a championship team. And anything short of the finals is unacceptable, period. But we're still on the quest, and I believe in this team, and I believe in Coach, because he showed us he can make adjustments in the playoffs. Maybe he's not showing his hand. Maybe he's playing chess instead of checkers. I'm just a fan. Am I going to be critical on him? Absolutely. Am I going to, like I said, am I going to want him out of here like I wanted Luke out of here? Probably not. He helped deliver a championship, and he showed he was a capable coach at the very least. Defensively, he's great. Offensively, he's capable come playoff time, but a lot of that is due to LeBron James. Twitch and Ash said, you a chill dude, props, loyal to your team. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man, and you're welcome on here anytime. As long as we keep it respectful, it's mutual, bro. It's mutual. Hey, good luck to your Mavs. As long as you guys don't face us, I'm rooting for your Mavs to upset some teams in the playoffs, especially the Clippers. If Kristaps Porzingis can be healthy, I actually think you have a shot of taking those Clippers to 7 games. So I'm hoping for that matchup, believe it or not. Luka destroyed the Clippers in the playoffs last year, and I was just having a ball, enjoying watching that game. So as much as this one hurt me, I know for a fact Luka's super skilled, and I'm looking forward to any potential Western Conference upsets on his part, excluding my Lakers. But everything else should be fun to watch. He said Vogel will be better. Lakers will win. I'm not even going to panic. I'm just upset for this single game. That's all. But I'll get over this. I know when I get out of the theater from watching that movie, I'm going to be like, all right. I feel a lot better. But still, man, it's never a good taste to get 3 losses in a row, knowing you're capable of winning 2 of the 3 and and playing as sloppy as we did tonight, bottom line. But it's still all love, man. Even the people that I'm hard on right here is all love. I'm hard on you guys, though, because sometimes y'all say some outlandish stuff, like really outlandish stuff, like really start questioning AD after he's coming back his second game. That just, that makes me go nuts. I'm like, do I need to put you guys in your place right quick? He said, Clippers gonna kill the Mavericks. I'm sorry to say, but we better start winning games. Clippers gonna get killed, or are they gonna kill? I don't know what you mean. All I know is that, let me tell you something, that Luka Doncic creates matchup problems for every team. That's the bottom line, no matter how you want to slice it. He said, Dan, do you worry about AD when he was holding his calf? Bro, I worry about AD every time he takes a step. Like, I'm holding my breath anytime he has the ball. Like, please don't fall, Anthony Davis. Please. Like, of course I worry for him. I worry. But I I trust the coaching staff, and hopefully they didn't rush him back too soon. So that's my only hope, man. Am I the only one who is genuinely concerned about AD being the number one once Braun retires? Talent, he's top three, but man, his health scares me. It's just, I'll be honest with you, it's way too early to start worrying about that. LeBron still has some life, man. He's still gonna be here 2 to 3 more years. Like, bro, LeBron is a specimen. He's a freak. Barring any crazy freak accidents, LeBron is good to go. So why worry about it? All right, Hoodie, I gave you a chance, bro, but you just annoyed me. Soft as tissue, yet he's a champion. Yeah, okay. So if this guy thinks Anthony Davis is soft as tissue, what does he think of Joel, who was crying after he got eliminated by Kawhi in the playoffs? What is he? Soft as ass cheek? Like seriously, guys, y'all gotta really leave your basketball card at the door. If y'all gonna be this emotional, you're gonna be on your day today, you're gonna be on your month about a loss and start calling our players soft, I'm just gonna stop blocking you because it gets annoying. I don't have time to hold your hand and explain to you, hey, little mijo, like, understand it's just one game. I'm not gonna sit here sounding like God rest his soul, Michael Jackson, and just be all sensitive with y'all since y'all want to be on your month. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hey, guess what, man? We're gonna be all right. It's just one game. Don't worry about it. You're overreacting. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna do that for you guys, man. You guys are grown men out here. I want to make sure that you guys know that this is tough love I'm giving you because you just listen. I'm chin checking you because you need to get slapped sometimes. Sometimes you need to backhand a little bit. And so, I get in my Serena Williams pose and I'm ready, man. The backhand's strong. So y'all just be talking out of the backside sometimes, just upset for no reason. We lost the game. Get over it. It's a long season. We're dealing through injuries. If you want to give up on the team, bye, Felicia. Deuces. We don't need you here with that negativity. If you want to say it was a bad loss, cool. And say, we got to be better or whatever, cool. But once you start calling our superstar players soft, that's when I realize you're not really a Laker fan, man. You're I don't know what you are, but you ain't a Laker fan. Keep that energy in Clipperland or Brooklyn Netland or wherever you fair weathers reside. That's where y'all belong, right there in that corner. He said, Lakers showed us no heart tonight. And that's fair, especially in the second half. They showed heart in the first half, but in that second half, they came out here and they laid an egg. You can't defend them. You're absolutely right, Britt. And hopefully they step it up next couple of games. We're going to need them to go hard. That's it. He said, when you lose your engine in LeBron, it's going to look bad. We need to chill. We will be yeah, we're going to be fine. Again, Mohammed, you're still a prophet, man. You're still out here speaking facts. It is what it is, man. She said, low IQ shooter annoys me. Marvin said, Dan, don't let them get to you. I'm pissed also. I know we're supposed to be winning, miss 2 starters, and we miss a few also. We need a winning streak bad. We can get that winning streak. We just, we got to study film. That's what the Lakers got to do. I haven't heard any reports of the Lakers studying film this season so far. I've just been hearing we practicing and stuff. Somebody needs to grab the iPad and just start showing a lot of these players what they're doing wrong. Again, Andre Drummond fronting way too high on the pick and roll is going to get beat. We need to close that gap a little bit more and have our hands active for the pass. That's number 1. Number 2, settling for too many threes. Number 3, we need to get the pecking order right. We just never know where the offense is coming from. We don't have a play we can say, okay, we need a bucket list, play some pick and roll with AD and get them rolling to the rim. We don't have a play like that right now. So overall, man, it's just, what? We lost, but we're gonna be all right. We're on a 3-game losing streak. The important thing is that we're trying to get healthy. AD's looking better 1 game at a time. And we're moving forward, Laker Nation. Don't get fooled by these fake fans out here talking smack. We're going to take our L like champs and move forward. We're still the defending champs. We're still the defending champs. And we got tons of Clipper fans up in here. Look at this guy. He said AD soft. Oh, man, they're so mad we won the championship. They're so angry we won the championship. I wonder if Drummond toe is still bothering him. Look, I'm not going to make excuses, but he needs to be better. He has like 1 good game, 1 bad game. 1 good game, 1 bad game. So maybe when LeBron comes back, he'll make sure he gets those rolling buckets and maybe he gets a little more involved defensively. We'll be straight. Lakers just have to figure it out. Remember, a lot of new pieces to put together. and we'll be all right. He said, keep preaching the knowledge, bro. Don't mind the trolls. Hey, appreciate you, Jeremy. Nah, we good. We good. You know what? It's therapy for me, too. I'm not happy about the game. I get a couple punching bags out here, get to block them. I feel good. I feel good. He said, need more leadership on the floor. That is a fact. Alfred, somebody has to step up and be a leader on both ends of the floor. There's been nights where it's been Dennis. There's been nights where it's been Montrez. We're going to need AD to start doing that once he's feeling healthy. But again, he's just coming back into the mix. Clippers are 100% cursed. They're 100% lame, guys. Clippers are just trash. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I have to get ready because this movie's about to start in a bit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know these aren't my favorite live streams when we lose, but especially because we get so many trolls and annoying Fairweather fans in the comment section. But it's all right. You know, once we set them straight, we're good to go. Bottom line, Lakers still in the hunt for this championship. Lakers still not 100% healthy, and the Lakers are still in the mix. We play I believe the Orlando Magic next, so that better be a dub. If not, I'm gonna rant for real. So y'all think I'm upset now? Just wait till if we lose to the Magic, that'll really be a rant. Y'all won't want to miss it regardless. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for the donations, guys. I always appreciate you guys, and the likes and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys right here. If anything hits the floor, you know where to find me. Go Lakers, man. We still diehards over here, no matter what. So I'll see you guys soon, guys. Have a great night.